What's up everybody, my name is Dazz and welcome back to Motor Tic Mastery. So here we are again with another video update, just exploring control right now. At the moment I'm running a men's circle, men's group for those of us that tic, and we're exploring together embodiment practices, connecting and relating to one another, about this condition. It's kind of rare that you get to spend regular time with other people that have or are living with this condition, right? And so we've been doing this now. We've had 3 sessions over the last month or so, and it's supporting us to see. It's supporting us, the group, to see ourselves a bit better, because it is through other people we get to learn about ourselves. It's through other people we get to learn about ourselves. And once we realize that, oh, all those other men are going through a similar thing to me, all of a sudden a huge weight goes off us, because we're like, oh, I'm not so odd or weird or by myself or isolated as I thought I was. And just that in itself is so powerful in the process of releasing this condition and healing yourself. And that's one of the reasons why we come together, to listen, to meet other men like this. So this circle right now is closed for like the 3-month period we're doing it. We've got another 2 months or so to go, and then like we might do another one. I might run another one later in the spring or in the summer. So do stay up to date and connected here if you feel as if that sounds like something that might support you. The primary fear that came up when I was sending the emails out about this was that I don't want to be in like a group. I don't want to meet other people like me. Isn't that going to make me tic more if I'm seeing other people tic? And there lies the illusion. There lies the fear you have of seeing yourself or seeing people like you. If you are scared of yourself or scared of seeing other people like you, then what's that about? That's the fear that we're trying to point to in order to heal the condition. You have to learn to become comfortable with yourself, to be intimate with you and who you are and what you need and what you want and how the inner workings of your mind and your body and your emotions work, in order to explore curiously why you tic. Because there's no magic pill. It's an inner journey of your own exploration of self-development and growth, and the tic is the compass. The tic is like your compass, and the more we bring light to allowing the tic to help us see where we are maybe doing things not as aligned or as beautifully or as well as we feel as if we know we could do in life, that we can use that tic to help guide us. When are we ticking more? When are we ticking less? Right? And what can you do more in your life to spend more moments ticking less? Okay, does that mean going swimming on a regular basis? Does that mean spending those 20 minutes every morning in a short meditation practice? Like literally you have to change your behaviors, right? In order to change your life. You have to change behavior. You are the sum of all your behaviors and your experiences so far in your life. And if you are ticking, if your body is constantly in this addictive pattern, there is something that's bottled up, something that's stored, there's something that hasn't quite cleared, there's some trauma stuck in there, or some emotions you haven't wanted to feel. So specifically this week in the men's group, we were talking about control. We were talking about control or over control, or why we control, or too much control, because if we are moving the body and ticking, there is in some level of our being, we're trying to control something. We're trying to stop something from happening by holding our body in a certain way or position or tightness. We're trying to do something instead of not do something. We are trying to do something instead of not doing something. You get me? You with me? Right? Now, at the beginning of the process, it's sometimes difficult to see what it is that you are holding, what you're trying not to feel, right? Which is why we work on embodiment and awareness and being centered and grounded and all these practices that I teach in the MTM method and through the online coaching that I do. This is what I teach to help you become more connected, more intimate with yourself, so that you can see why you're doing this. Nobody else is doing it. There's nothing wrong with your brain. There's nothing wrong with your body. And I know the doctors will try and convince you otherwise. Well, there's there's like certain chemicals imbalanced, and so blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like all the chemicals in your brain are constantly balancing and unbalancing and reordering and reorganizing itself in order to create that which is, to create the life of the patterns you expect to create. And so with this condition, you are seeing, right? You are allowing yourself to see why you are ticking. The tick is like a very clear message to you. It's a very clear message. It's like, something's going on here. Why don't you look at me? Something's going on here. Come and take a look. Something's going on here. Come and explore yourself. It's like such a beautiful way to start going inwards and to begin the process of realizing a deeper version of you, of developing a better version of you. The tick can be your guide, right? Instead of something that's infuriating and uncontrollable, which is that all that emotions and anger is going towards yourself. And I've said a lot of this stuff before in previous videos. I know I have. And I'm repeating it again because I know it's easy to forget these things. I know it's easy to forget these things, and that's okay. May I be your gentle reminder on YouTube that you regularly come back to in order to go, I would like to do that thing, or prioritize that, or maybe you're seeing something different today than you previously have whilst watching this video or watching me ramble about tics. So the work that I do explores a few different disciplines, right? I explore and support people both with that embodiment of connecting deeper with and being with their own body. Because if the body is moving, it's like, hi, look at me, hi, come help me, come look at me, come and be with me, come and support me, please come and like figure this out, please. Or not even figure it out, be with me. Because the mind wants to figure it out, and actually the mind gets in the way, right? Because the mind is like, I gotta know. But it's not actually about knowing, it's more about being with your body. It's about improving the communication and the language of that which you are, so you can be with your own body. Okay, so embodiment is what I teach. But not only that, I teach mindfulness. Okay, how can we slow down and be more present? Because if we're not present, we can't feel the body. So embodiment and mindfulness come hand in hand. And you can be mindful whilst being still, but can you become mindful when you're walking down the road? So both of these are important. I also teach breathwork, how to use the breath to become still and connected with your body. How do you learn to be with you? How do you learn to be with you? And breath, the intoxication of oxygen into your body, is itself the life. It is life. You need oxygen to live. And that goes into you through your breath. If you are breathing shallow or breathing deeper, there's a huge difference on overall what your health is going to be. So if nobody's taught you how to breathe well or properly or differently to just that same shallow reoccurring pattern and habit you've had for many years or decades, then you're not going to be giving yourself the fullness of the life force that's available for you, and you will suffer in life. In this example, here we are experiencing tics. So breath and breath work and connection with the body is often found through the stillness of the breath, through the rhythm and the gentleness of the breath. I also teach intimacy. Intimacy is learning to know thyself. So not only being in the body and connected with the body and grounded in the body, but then exploring that which you are. Exploring you. Who are you? What are you? Where are you? What's important to you? This is intimacy, seeing yourself, knowing yourself. understanding yourself, becoming closer to a deeper part of you, intimacy. And we often learn that through our relations with others in the world. But ultimately, your connection to yourself or the world is through you, right? The lens you have is you. Whatever you decide to focus on is created in the world. Or you focus on, you have 10 different people that have had 10 different backgrounds, 10 different skill sets, 10 different emotional issues or focuses in their life, and 10 different brains, and you put them in the same situation, they'll tell you 10 different things that happened. Because life isn't objective. We are each experiencing what we are experiencing very differently. So very differently. And for those of us that tick, or have ticked, or are ticking, or are moving through this condition and healing it, you are learning to use the tick as a way of seeing deeper, of, we could say, realizing deeper you. And so, as you can tell, my teachings have over the years become a little bit more, let's say, connected and spiritual. You could say the way I speak is a little bit more spiritual. And that's because the value of seeing those parts of me have changed my life and have been a big part of my healing process. But spirituality isn't something that can be forced upon anybody. It has to be an inner journey. You have to find those parts of yourself deep inside you to know the value of them. Having a religious person running around going, "Oh, hail Jesus," like, doesn't help. It scares people. And for me, I'm not really connected to any one religion. That's not how I found spirit inside of me. I found that connection to spirit inside of me through many ways, I guess, but one way is through the use of psychedelics. One way was through the use of psychedelics. And I think in the world today, people are becoming more aware and open to the use of such substances to realize that there's something else going on than all their programming that they've got told in their schooling system, in the society that they grew up in throughout the course of their life. And so I'm not necessarily here in this situation with you guys advocating that's an approach to use for you. I am just saying that for me it was a part of my journey. It wasn't the be all and end all of my journey. I've explored a lot lots of many different things on my path to get to where I am and to heal this condition, and to be so still in my body, but also to be able to express like I'm expressing. Like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I couldn't express like I'm expressing now to you, right? And if you tick, you might also find that you know there's some tightness, or there's something in the way. There's like some sort of veil or mirror that's kind of just stopping you from being fully there in life. And it's the tick which is the thing that's in the way. But the tick is just what you're seeing as the manifestation of the thing, which is actually emotions. And when we learn to realize that we need to feel the stuff behind the tick, and we learn to open the door towards feelings, that's how we get closer to the body and then ultimately heal the tick. So like this 14 minutes that you're getting right now is like a hell of a download, guys. Like, watch it a couple of times. Watch it a couple of times. But one of the reasons why I shared this video today and offering this download is also to say that, like, I work with people one-on-one, and when I'm sharing commentary like this on YouTube, it's very generic. It's very generic blurb that I blast out into the world. And when I work with people one-on-one, it's like I get to see you, right, much more deeper and with clarity, and I can see where the blocks are in your field. I can help you see your own tick deeper so that you can reflect, explore, examine and heal and let go of those parts of you. And the work I do is in the exploration of embodiment, intimacy, mindfulness, breathwork, and we intuitively weave through those 4 disciplines over an 8-week period in order to infuse also with CBT, so that you can then shift the way you see yourself. And if you shift the way you see yourself, you're like, like we can get to the place of that realization where it's like, oh, that's why I'm so tight. That's why I'm so dense with the mind that's then interacting through the body, which is causing this thing. There is no magic pill solution that's going to get you out of this. There is an exploration of who you are, what you are, and the mind and the emotions associated with the behavior and the patterning behind the movement of the tic. And that's what we explore when we do coaching together and when I offer this to my clients. I'll put a link below if at some point now or in the future you feel like you want to work with me. I feel as if in January it's an awesome time to go deeper, right, into this kind of work. Beginning of the new year, beginning of a new you. What is it that you want to do next, create next? Who do you want to be next? It's like the last 2 or 3 years, it's been an insanely intense time on this planet. Right? It's been difficult 2-3 years, emotionally, globally. And let's hope we get some lightness this year and we get to create who we want to be next. And maybe for you, that if you got rid of that tic thing, or even if you reduce the ticking by 50% or 75% or 90%, like, God, how much more freedom would you discover in life? How much more would you feel free to do the things that you want to do? That I propose, that I celebrate, that I encourage you to say yes to. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I need some breakfast. As you can tell, I've only just got out of the shower, my hair's wet. I'm in Bali right now, and would love to, share more of this wonderful, like resonance of the land here. It's so powerful here with you. So I'll record some more videos soon. Reach out if you feel to work with me, or if you have any questions. I'll put some links below. Until we chat again, peace, love, and let's say prosperity. All right, ciao for now.